Hey guys, welcome back to John's Watch. Today I'm taking a look at a game called Torment, Tides of Numenera. Now this game was released on Steam on January 26, 2016. Its trigger price is $49.99 Canadian, so I think that'll be about $45 US. And it is developed and published by Inxile Entertainment, who also did Wasteland and Wasteland 2. So what is this game? Well, it's currently in early access on Steam. It was originally launched on Kickstarter, apparently in early 2013, after they successfully finished funding Wasteland 2, which was also done on Kickstarter. That was a big success on Kickstarter, I remember hearing about it. And now the first part of Torment, Tides of Numenera is ready for the fans who helped make it happen, and anyone looking for a deep, reactive gameplay and a rich narrative experience. So Tides of Numenera is an RPG. From the screenshots, it looks extremely similar to Pillars of Eternity to me, which is a great thing because I loved Pillars of Eternity. I've never played CRPGs very much, but I really enjoyed Pillars of Eternity. I really like Divinity Original Sin, and this game looks really good so far, especially with the screenshots. They look lovely. So we are going to start it up and just see what it's all about. Okay, so will we be male or female? I guess we'll be male.
Your mind waits in darkness. Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
This overlay, or HUD, looks really sci-fi. I didn't think it was sci-fi, but it could be actually.
Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important. As if it once meant the world to you. But the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open.
Let's have a look around, eh?
A white-pink fleshy cocoon surrounds you.
Oh.
Even as you look, a minor rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside. The cocoon rips away, gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tumble. You are falling, the world many kilometers beneath you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the ground beneath you that is approaching deceptively quickly. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in upon itself. A corona of acid green and black energy playing around its edges.
I love this voice acting. I wonder how much of it is going to be voiced, because there's a lot of text in CRPGs.
The wind buffets you and burns your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious trouble. You won't survive a fall from this stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind babbles that technically you probably fell from a thermospheric height. You struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes toward you.
Let's try and catch the wind. See if we can slow ourselves down a little bit.
Instinctively, you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you are still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself. Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground.
So I think it's definitely like a sci-fi kind of world. We got the sci-fi HUD here, we've got strange machines. Let's have a look at the world.
Now you see that this appears to be a huge megacontinent, the only land of any size, on this side of the world at least. Great inland seas and lakes dot the land, and curiously, regular mountain ranges march up and down and across. You are falling toward what looks to be a great bay, a sprawling city perched on its shore just to the north. Further to the north and east, you see a broad plain scattered with curious structures, visible even from this height. The northeastern portion of this land looks to be a desert, a strange blue dot like an eye in its exact center. It seems to hold a city in its watery grasp. To its west is a ring of huge mountains surmounted by enormous carved peaks spewing magma into a central catch basin. What concerns you most right now is the bay below you. It's coming at you quickly.
Boy, they really want us to look at this body. Let's give up and dive. Let's try and get down there.
As the water rushes at you, horrifyingly quickly, you see a pair of figures standing near a small glassine dome. You're headed straight for it. One of them looks up, points at you, and you feel your speed slow tremendously. But you are still traveling too fast, and both the figures leap aside as you crash into the crystalline structure with a profound and horrific crunch, pain radiating through every part of your body. And then
Well, it sounds like one of those people was maybe a mage, and also that I might be dead. That'd be amazing if that was game over already. Oh, wow. Is that the end of the voice acting now? I think so. You fell. You remember falling toward the curve of the world. The ground leapt up to claim you. Impact. You should be dead. If so, this is a strange death. There's no peace here, and your mind aches, struggling to form simple thoughts. This doesn't seem like death, nor like any kind of life you recognize. Okay, so here we are. I'm last cast off. What's this thing? Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, spattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. I guess we should probably move the bowl to where that is. Examine the bowl. You trace your fingers over the slippery, overlapping scales that spiral up from the bottom of the bowl. A sharp-toothed rim plucks at your skin. It's going to be tricky to move this bowl without slicing your fingers on the edge. You might have to put some effort into it. Okay, let's try and move the bowl. This takes might, but we don't actually have any stats that we've applied yet. We've got 9 might. Or maybe it uses a might? Let's try this. Using might. Oh. Okay, so you have to roll a 1d20 versus 9. Okay. So do we like... Oops. I don't know what I did there. I failed. I took 1 damage. Oh, but I still moved it. Okay, well, worth it. Ding. Oh, look, it's lighting up the whole place. Blood trails from your fingers into the hungry depths of the bowl. Oh, maybe I was supposed to cut myself then. Drop by drop, it fills, your blood mixing with the light until the air itself takes on a strange reddish hue. Ripples spread over the blurred outline of your reflection. I'm not standing anywhere near it. Can I move over there? Nope. A sanguine radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You're not whole, not yet. You've begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light.
Hello? Oh, Skist, you're dead, aren't you? No, that can't be right. If he were dead, I would be too. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear anything. Are you even there? Well, if you can hear me, it means you're still alive. But you'd already know that, wouldn't you? Look, I'm just going to assume we're both alive and want to stay that way, all right?
Sure, sounds smart to me.
So here's what you have to do. I can't get to you, so you need to build a way up to me. I don't know how you're going to do that. I mean, this is your mind. It's not like I have a map.
This is my mind.
Ah, this is your mind.
That's what I said.
I bet your memories are down there. Find them, and you'll repair the path up to where I am. Are you there? I'm talking to myself here.
Let's bellow as loud as we can.
What was that? I can't tell what's real here. Look, build a path up. Then we can face this mess together, and you won't be alone. I won't be alone.
Okay. The voice fades until it passes into inaudibility. Blank, oppressive silence falls, split only by the soft hum of new pylons rising from the depths. Okay. So, we can walk around here. Oh, they made a path. So we can go up here. Seems like a good place to start. We can interact with this thing. The air thickens with each step you take towards this watery orb, and whispering voices flit across one of the countless aching gaps in your mind. This must be one of the memories you were told to find. 2 figures swim down through the orb, as though it is a fathomless ocean. One vanishes into the ebony depths before you can study it. The other, a male, seems to be struggling, or perhaps drowning. You realize that, like the swimmer, he cannot breathe. So, we lost 3 might points doing that. We've still got 3 speed points, so I guess if we try and use speed, we'll probably lose some of our speed points. So if we do moderate, it doesn't actually take any of our speed. Or we can kind of like boost it a little bit more, and it'll be a higher chance of success. But we'll lose 2 speed. Okay, let's do that. Success! You plunge your hand into the orb, catch the tiny swimmer. Surprisingly strong muscles flex against your palm, and the swimmer pulls you through the breach. As he does, you feel faster. Something about this place causes even your smallest choices to shape who you are. As you plunge into the water, a memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell, a bubble of stale air your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves. But this body is an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. The device in his hand is covered in knobs, wires, and antennae. He believes it can get the 2 of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention. That's hardly your concern. This mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed. We can deceive him, we can threaten him, or we can try and fix it ourselves. We've got 9 intellect. Oh look, our speed went up a little bit. Let's try and cast a spell. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device from his hands, rewire it, and shove it back at him. Oh, he says, examining your work. Sorry, I was trying to improve the thing. He waves the device at the door, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the waterboarded cells and the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Okay, so there's guards coming now. I'm going to start skipping some of the text so we can try and get out of here. Let's try and use a device to stop them, one of the ciphers in our belt. Your energetic fingers over the device is fastened to your waist, a fog rising in your mind. A few can be used against the guards, but will also turn your skin to scint steel or the surrounding water to boiling wax. You find a small silver sphere. Setting the sphere in place, you kick desperately for the safety of a nearby alcove. The sphere whirls and unfolds into a spiraling vortex. The sphere at its center speaks a few polite words in an ancient language, then begins draining the surrounding water into itself with alarming speed. The approaching guards shout and scream as they too are sucked into the whirlpool and ripped to pieces. You allow yourself a fleeting smile, but are all too aware that more alarms are going off in the distance. Oh. The memory begins to fade. Something's wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind. The edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field. Okay. So we can go along here now. Can we get to the menu from in here? We can. It's weird that this is all the graphics options we have, because I'm only running this at most at 35 FPS. And there's no reason this shouldn't be at 60 FPS. And it just crashed. So when it crashed, I actually lost all my progress, so I had to restart, which is very annoying. There's no autosave in place right now, I guess. Okay, let's go over to the other memory. Oh, this is very like... Is it? No, it's not really cyberpunk, is it? It's like steampunk, sci-fi steampunk. 2 cold facts emerge from the mental gap this memory once occupied. The ticking door does indeed mean that the device will soon explode, and you've no one to blame but yourself. This trap is yours, built to protect the memory within. So I didn't lose any might this time. So we've got 9 to everything. Let's try intellect. Okay, well we gained 2 more there, so we're still at 9 on everything. We succeeded. You touch the orb in the same way, and the mechanisms within grow still as the warmth of the memory races up your arms and into your mind. You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the 2 of you is a broad declivity, a flat-bottomed bowl riven by a wide chasm. Moss-covered arches provide natural ingress and egress for the light, and a broad golden disc gleams up from the floor of the valley. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you're looking for a sanctuary, and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we've found? Let's do one. You shade your eyes against the bright sun so you can point out the metals in the bluff, plentiful game to be found in the area, and the solid bedrock beneath the site. She thinks deeply. It's geologically sound. Have you run the sounding samples and checked the strata? No major caverns or weaknesses showed up on your resonance scans? She waits for your affirmation and says, "Alright, I'm convinced." The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. Then you descend into the valley to examine the open ground. Now we can use Numenera. Seems your constructor's other ideas. What's the matter with it? Let's see if there's any mechanical faults in the construct. Acknowledged. It obediently travels to the site of your new shelter. There's something else. Hairs lift one by one on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you're doing and it's hunting you. Oh goodness. Oh my god. So now we can go over to this one. It's a very lengthy intro, which is exactly what you want when you're playing a CRPG. It's just not ideal when I'm doing a video. Okay, now we have to escape the Fathom. Let's go. Let's get out of here. It's like our mind. Oh, it's me in a mirror. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols. Daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. That's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people. Exact doppelgangers of you. There's only one person there. Shoving, arguing with, and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precious few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their head. There's only one there. A rumble shakes the room and a slow vibration spreads from the darkness below, rippling towards the ceiling. Let's point to the doppelganger with the mystical symbol. The doppelganger shoulders its way through the crowd, casually donning an 8-fingered glove. An 8-fingered glove? What? Then it digs its fingers into the glass between you. With a grunt, it tears a hole in the surface shaped like a pointed ear. Carefully, the doppelganger speaks an unfamiliar word into the air, and the ground itself seems to turn. As you're standing inside the door, the doppelganger has just opened. When you look around, the hole has disappeared, and nothing has changed. Or has it? So yeah, I guess this is like character creation. This sounds like kind of a mage, so sure, why not? Yes, that is who I am. Has it crashed again? No, it's good. It was just adjusting our skills, I think. Yeah, so we've got more speed and intellect now. Gain descriptor mystical. Okay, cool. So we're mystical now. The mirror fades, leaving a dark open doorway as you could take a deep breath and step through. So yeah, that was just character creation. That's a cool way of doing character creation. Or class choice, I suppose. Forget that. Delete that, cut that. Whoa, look at these things. Yeah, this is very, very sci-fi-y. The pinprick of light you followed in the dark passage suddenly opens wide. There's no sense of transition. One step you're in the dark, the next you are here. Oh, there's a spectral figure standing before me. It's the Spectre. He claps you warmly on the shoulders. Is he gonna speak? Where'd his voice actor go? Did you say we were in my mind? Who are you? A composite, a mismatch of your thoughts and memories. Am I dead? If you're dead, you won't be talking. Okay, so I'm not dead, but I might be soon. What's after us? There's something else after us, something way more deadly than a high velocity fall to the ground. You have to wake up so we can stop it. Okay, so how do I get attuned? You see all these tanks here? Each one's got a creature in it that's attuned to one of the tides. You need to attune to them, and I'll attune to each tide. Okay. I'm ready. Let's do this. Okay, so let's attune to this one, I guess. Oh, Spectre has joined the party. Great. This is a Nevajin, a creature of relentless, overpowering curiosity. And we enter the mind of the creature in this tank and see what it sees. Okay, let's indulge its curiosity and allow it to learn everything it can from the scholar. Warrant spreads through you, aligning tidal channels in your mind. Oh no, it's found us. The sorrow is here. What? Oh goodness. Those don't look like Soras, those look like electric dragons. And they like take over machines or something? They're just fragments. So do I fight them or something? Man, this is really laggy actually. Okay, so we get combat, that's good. I did want to show off combat. It's very hard though. Base attack using speed. Let's use a bit more effort. Just punched it. 2 damage. Okay, so I've just got to do these things, so I can't really combat. Okay, let's just run over here then. Oh, that was him. Whoops. I need you back here actually, fella. He's not going for me actually. It doesn't actually look like they're going to hurt him. Whoa, he's pretty terrifying. But he's only hard now, so they're very hard. Okay, well I'm going to leave the video there for now. Sorry that was kind of a bit disjointed. It's very hard to do videos on extremely text-based games. The combat looks very similar to Divinity Original Sin to me. A little bit more simplistic. The UI and HUD's a little bit calmer than Divinity was. I've never been a big sci-fi fan, so I probably won't play too much more of this game. Pillars of Eternity is the CRPG for me because I just love fantasy, any kind of fantasy. Sci-fi it isn't really my thing. But I think having a sci-fi CRPG is a fantastic change. You don't see too many of them. It seems quite different from Wasteland 2 as well. That was a post-apocalyptic CRPG, and this is a sci-fi one. And it seems very, very interesting, very unique. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! So this little sign here says tonkatsu. I think that's a kind of food. I think I've had it before. There you go, that's fun Japanese facts with me.